Hey guys, I'm gonna say something that is gonna upset a lot of people. I'm gonna say something terrible. I condemn Hamas. And I also condemn Israel. Wow. Wow, what a terrible thing I just said. But stop for a second. Stop. Don't get angry. What is the difference? Hamas killed kids. Israel kills kids. The difference is that Israel is acting in self-defense. I know what you're going to say, right? And Hamas does not act in self-defense. No? They're not occupied. There was no Nakba. There's no settlements. There's no human prison. There's no concentration camp. It's all made up. It's all made up. Well, listen. I don't care what you believe in. I'm not here to start an argument. In fact, I'm not even gonna answer your comments. Just consider the possibility. I'm not arguing that I'm right or you're right, or I'm wrong or you're wrong. Consider a possibility that there might be another reality. There might be another information bubble that you are not part of. Just consider that as a possibility. It seems to be obvious, but some people, it's not obvious for some people. I don't know. That's why I'm saying this. I condemn Putin for killing Ukrainian civilians. Yeah? And I condemn Israel for killing civilians in Gaza. Putin says that не все так однозначно, блядь, да? That's what they say. Because they're acting in self-fucking defense. What they say, right? And so does Israel. They act in self-defense. Everybody acts in self-defense. Everybody. Nobody kills people and says, oh, I'm just going to kill people because I like killing people. Nobody says that. Including Hamas, for your information. They're saying we have to do this because we are in a concentration camp. And I'm condemning Hamas. But by the same token, I'm condemning Putin, and I'm condemning Israel, and I'm condemning United States for dropping atomic bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki and killing civilians, including children, women, disabled, and other civilians that they did not kill right away, died a painful death during that time. Why did they do it? Because they were acting in self-defense, like Israel. In self-defense. Everybody acts in self-defense. Everybody says. Everybody justifies. Everybody justifies. Germans, when they killed Jews, they did not see themselves as bad. There were some. Hitler was bad. Okay, whatever. But people, regular Germans, they were just. What they were. Somebody explained to them. Somebody rationalized to them, right? That they were defending their families somehow. I don't know. I'm not a historian, people. But it's not. You don't have to be a historian. There's so many facts. The facts are many. There's so much data. What's lacking is the processing power. Some people, you have a lot of data, but some people lack the processing power, which are the two requirements, right? There are two requirements for you to come up with conclusions. You need the data, you need the processing power. If you're a computer scientist, you understand what I mean. What else was I going to say? One important thought I'm going to share with you. So I'm a Jew, and I grew up thinking, how was it possible? How was it possible that in Germany? How was it possible that it happened to the Germans did this to Jews? was so bad. How come nobody stood up? How come those people didn't stand up? That's, I understand that there's could be bad people, that's okay. But why did regular people did not stand up for their neighbors, their Jewish neighbors? I could not figure this out when I was growing up. I was like, I was crying, But why, as a Jew, you don't stand up for your Palestinian neighbors? Why? Well, it's the same. It is the same. You can get offended all you want, because some, Jews, a lot of Jews, right? They got the conclusion from Holocaust. They decided never again, and I'm one of them. Never again. Never again should you do this to Jewish people, right? And that's why now finally we have our little country, Israel, and this is all great, and Zionism is great, and all this stuff is great. I allowed myself to believe in that too, and I allowed myself to think, look. I mean, what's the typical thing that they say, right? I mean, look at all these Arab countries. Look at all this. How much land they have, the Arab countries, right? And Israel is so small, such a small Jewish country. How come? And they all hate Jews, right? Interesting. So this is very easy. This is very easy to this logic is so convincing. It's so convincing. I can literally convince myself right now. But imagine for a second. Imagine. Let's do a thought experiment. I'm gonna come. You're an American. I'm assuming most of the people listening to this are American. I'm gonna come to your home today, and let's assume for a second I'm some other person. Let's say I'm a Russian, okay? I don't know. No, let's not say I'm a Russian. Let's say I'm some other nationality, whatever. I come to your home and I kick you out of your home. Just follow me for a second, and I'm gonna say, look. I belong to people that don't have a home, and I am only asking for a little small tiny piece of land. And you are an American. Look at how big America is. Look at how big it is. And I just need one. I'm a homeless person. There we go. I'm a homeless person. I'm gonna go to your home. I'm gonna take you home. All right? And I'm gonna say, but you're gonna fight, right? You're gonna fight. You're gonna defend your home, right? Right? You did the Second Amendment people, right? You're gonna defend your home. But I'm gonna say, look, I'm a homeless person. I don't have a home, and you are an American. You're an American. Look at how big America is. All this big America is, it hates me, little one homeless person who doesn't have a home. Okay, so I think I made this analogy here, a logical connection. If you didn't follow, don't worry about it. Just forget it. But the thought I started with is that with time, when I was thinking about Holocaust and everything that happened to Jews, I changed my mind. I said the conclusion, the lesson that I derived from all this is never again for Jews. That's a very narrow-minded lesson, in my opinion. The lesson is that never again for people. It seems like common sense, but it's not common sense. The solution is to everything in the world is very simple. You have to let go of your stupid identity. Don't cling to your identity. Know the history. You have to know the history. You have to understand what happened in human history. But when you cling to your identity, you're born with a label. You're born with some kind of label: Jew, black, white, whatever, Ukrainian, Russian. You're born with this label. Why? Why do you allow yourself? And now you have to like defend this label. Now you're forced. Now that's it. From the time you're born, you are a slave of your label. So when they ask you, where are you from? Who are you? You have to say, oh, I'm this, I'm that. I belong to this clan. I belong to that clan. You just relax. You know, and if you don't say that, of course you're betraying your people, right? I know exactly what I'm saying because this is how I feel, right? This is how I feel. I'm self-deprecating here. I'm criticizing myself. I'm trying to become a better person, as is the goal of judo, by the way, right? The goal of our life, the goal of everything. Yeah. All right. Enough said.